So good everyone. My name is Oluwatobi Yusuf. I'm in Nigeria from Africa. Uh, so welcome to my section. Um, so uh, okay. So I'll be talking on leave request application with Power Apps and Power Automate. So I'll be leveraging Power Apps in building the application, and I'll be doing the automation part inside of Power Automate, inside of Power Apps. What this means is I would not leave the Power Apps environment to go and build my flow. So there's a new feature which Microsoft released sometimes last year, and I'll be showing you how to unlock that and bring that into your application. Like I said, I'm Oluwatobi Yusuf, and welcome to my section. So, what's the takeaway, the agenda for today? I believe everybody should be able to know more about Power Apps after my section. Also on Power Automate and its capabilities, and sorry, the ability to also build a leave request or a leave application using Power Apps in your industry. So I believe you'll be able to learn all of this. And I'll be telling you or giving you hints on how to connect to different data sources within your application, and then also sharing some other Power Apps application with other data source with you. So I would like to first of all thank the organizers who organized the program, the keynote speakers, and the hosts and the organizers. And thanks a lot for this program. It's been a great one. I've been at the I started the program with everyone, and I've learned a lot from the first two speakers that spoke before me. And thanks a lot. Um, so I'm Oluwatobi Yusuf, and like I said, I'll be talking about leave requests with Power Apps and Power Automate. And like I said, my application or Power App generally is a low-code tool. So I'll be talking more in details about what the Power Platform is and also what Power Apps is in particular. So I'll focus more on Power Apps. And yeah, I love to call myself a Power Addict. It's one of my terms. Yeah. Then you can also tweet, and then once when you are through the program, you can tweet at that hashtag. So it will help inform others about the program. So moving on to the agenda for today. So we'll be looking through what Power Platform is. We'll also look through what Power Apps is, and also be looking through what Power Automate is, and also we would look at building. Then we'll move on to this practical section where we'll build a leave request app. So first of all, Power Platform. So for those who are in the section who have no idea of Power Platform, so this is just a recap. So those on speakers have said a little about it. So I'll just do an overview. So I won't waste much time on the generalization of Power Platform. Rather, I'll focus more on the Power Apps. So Power Platform is just a low-code tool, and within Power Platform is the general and family name. So within Power Platform, we have Power Apps, which is for building low-code applications. We have Power Automate, which is for automating repetitive business processes, decision approvals, and data collection. So all those processes that users have to manually do and repeat every time. With Power Automate, all of these can be taken off, and you don't have to do them. So Power Automate, it gives you that leverage, and you can do that, and without a code. Yeah, without code. Always know that. With little or no code. So you don't need to be an IT expert to do all of this. Then also we have Power BI for business analytics and visualization. Then we also have Power Virtual Agent, which is for the chatbots. So you can build chatbots within your organization, that's within Teams, and also outside on your website. You can embed your Power Virtual agent there also. So moving on. So within Power Apps, we have all that tools and other features. One of them is AI Builder, and it's a very powerful tool. And with AI Builder, you can extend the possibility of Power Platform. So it's not just limited to the normal form editing or all of that. It's now like there are other things you can leverage. You can leverage artificial intelligence inside of Power Apps using your Power Apps Builder. Like I said, you don't have to code. Yeah, all of these are within the app. You just need to call for it and use it within your app. So you don't need to go far to use your AI Builder. Then moving on, your database. Your database is the database for Power Platform. So Power Platform came with its own database, which is database. and it's a very powerful tool, very powerful tool. I love to call it SQL within Power Platform, but it's actually powerful, as powerful, and in short, I don't want to be biased, but I feel it's very, very powerful. And mind you, you're not limited to this. So like I said, this is data source that comes with Power Platform, but it is not compulsory to use this. Like in our demo today, we'll be using SharePoint, we won't be using database. So you can also leverage database. So your Canvas app is not limited to this, but this is just the database that comes with the tool. So it's not compulsory you use that. I just wanted to make that clear. Then moving on, we have the connectors. So as at now, so as at now, last I spoke, I thought we had I thought it was more than 475, but I think during my last research, I had an MVP saying we have over 600 connectors. And that's what makes Power App very, very powerful. You can connect to Twitter, to Google, to Office 365, and other third-party applications without having to type and write a code. You just have the connectors which connect all of those applications together, or all of those tools together with your Power Platform. So that's just an overview of Power Platform. So let's go into Power Apps, which is our main focus for today. So when it comes to Power Apps, people ask the question, what's Power Apps? So this is just a brief overview. This is not just like this is not Power Apps is not limited to all of this. This is just an overview, and just like I said, I came in to talk about leveraging the power of Power Apps in this section. So I'll just give you an overview of what Power Apps is from my own perspective. But mind you, this is not the capability. This is not all of the capabilities. This is just few of the capabilities. So Power Apps is a fully cloud-based platform for building, sharing, and using business applications. And you can create apps easily with Power Platform. With Power Apps, and also share them securely with other users within your organizations. And what makes Power Apps stand out among other application or low-code tools is that it can be used, like your application can sit on mobile, it can sit on tablet, it can sit on your Windows app, and it can also sit on your web browser. That would make Power Apps so powerful. And you can also manipulate external data using your connectors, which I mentioned, I talked about. So moving on, I'm talking about types of Power Apps. So I'll try to rush round of the section so I can go more into the practical part aspect. So types of Power Apps, we have the Canvas app, we have the modern-driven app, we have the PowerApps portal. So this is an overview. You can reach out to me if you want to get the slides. It will be available. So you can reach out to me. And also, before I move on, I would like to cite a mentor of mine, Raza. So it was one I stole my work from. So just to cite that. So like I said, Power Apps is divided into three. A minute. Under Power Apps, you have the Canvas app. So your Canvas app it gives you that privilege to build. It's open to you. You build. You can build. What Canvas app comes with is, the way you see, the way you design it is the way you're going to have it. So it gives you that privilege to design the app the way you want it. Your modern-driven app, on the other hand, it's connected to your database. What that means is that you can't use any other database or any database with your modern-driven app. But your Canvas app, which we are going to be demoing today, you can use that with any, in short, over 600 data source. That's one thing I need to state about that. So your modern-driven app, you can see, is also an end-to-end business. And then also modern-driven app is very, very powerful. So if you have a database license or your organization has database license, you can easily leverage your modern-driven app. All you need to do is go to your database, build your table. Once your table is well structured, just build the app. The app automatically appears on the database. It's just a few click of buttons without designing anything. And mind you, modern-driven app is no code. You don't need to write any code. Then for your PowerApps portal, so we have scenarios where obviously we need to work with external parties, we need to work with third parties, people outside of our organization to use our app. So with your PowerApps portal, you can do that. So it allows people outside the organization to interact with your organization. But also that's also tied to modern-driven to database. So you can't use any other connector. Okay, so moving on. So this is just an overview of your modern-driven app. It's component focused, like I said, it's database focused. So once you can have your data, you've done the relationship between your data, you can just build on it with some little drag and drop. So this is just the view of how your modern-driven app looks like. Sorry, I can't see my mouse. Okay, yeah, this is how the view of your modern-driven app looks like. So you can just to see how it looks like. Then for your PowerApps portal, like I said, it is meant for, it's like just a website, and like I said, it's basically for external access. So if you want to interact with third party, and you want third party outside the organization to interact with your company, you can use your PowerApps portal. So Microsoft actually covered for all scenarios, and this is just a simple about your PowerApps portal look like. So I'll be moving on to my Canvas app, which we'll be using today, which is one of my most favorites. So Canvas app help users build applications, and like I said, it gives you that leverage to build just any way you want to build it and any way you want to design it. Like today, now I'll be designing according to my view, but you can move on and do a far better design than I'll be doing today. So you can build your your Canvas app from templates. You can build it from scratch, and like I said, it can sit on both your web and your mobile app. So that means your app can sit on your desktop and also on your mobile app. So when to get started with Canvas app, so I'm sure people use Excel, use PowerPoint, and you understand how use Excel, you do your data set and use your PowerPoint. Once you can use any of these two tools, then you are good to go. You can use your Canvas app and you can build with that. So like I said, you don't need to be an IT expert. I don't see myself an IT expert, and I build applications that help my organization. So you can also build pixel perfect apps and task-based apps. And like I said, PowerApps and Canvas app is so powerful. It's connected to over 600 data sources, and you can integrate it with your SharePoint. You can use it together with your SQL, and either on-prem or SQL server. You can leverage your PowerAutomate. In short, we'll be doing this. Then in Power BI, sorry I won't be able to show a Power BI visual, but I'll do a demo for the PowerApps and PowerAutomate. Then you can also connect it to your mobile capabilities. What this means is that with your PowerApps, you can use your camera. So you can use your normal camera, your phone camera, your system camera. You can use your phone GPS together with your app. You can leverage all of this without codes. Then without licensing, you can use your standard connectors. Then with licensing, you have to that's when you can use your premium connector. So you have standard connector, you have premium connector. Standard connector is the one you can use for free. Then premium connector is the one that you use with your once you have license. So you pay for license for that. Then data source data source is not database. So if you are not invested in other data source, e.g., so like I said, your data source is not only database. So if your company is already using other ones, you can also use that together with your app. So this is just an overview. It supports your normal tools that you use, your GPS. It supports your camera, your pen and ink. So those phones that use pen and that use pen, your app can support that. You can also share apps the same way you share your documents, you share videos, you share pictures together with your friends. You can share your app together that way. It has seamless integration, like I said, without codes, extendability model. It has no limit. Even a pro developer can come and work on this. For example, like I said, it has over 600 connectors. Now, if you have an app where the API doesn't exist or the connector doesn't exist already on the Power Platform or Microsoft, you can actually build an API and use. You can build your own custom API and use. Then, like I said, what you see is what you get. So just the same way you design it, how beautiful you want, that's how you get your app. It does not degrade your work. You can connect to different data sources, and that's built-in capabilities and a very nice logic. And like I said, you can leverage AI Builder. So these are the connectors, a lot of connectors. It has provided a lot. So you have the popular ones, you have Twitter, you have Form, you have SQL, you have Oracle, you have Database, and a lot of that. Then PowerApps works better together. Like PowerApps is powerful on its own. I've been telling you how powerful PowerApps is, but together with other tools like SharePoint, with Power BI, with SQL, with modern driven, with Microsoft Teams, yes, it works with Microsoft Teams, you can build a far powerful app, a very powerful app. So this is just a summary of a comparison between your Canvas app, your modern driven, your PowerApps portal, and your database. And because of my time, I will need more time for my demo, so I will not be able to go through all of this. But like I said, you can reach out to me, and you can get access to this. Then, so this is just summary comparing the Canvas app, the features in Power Canvas app together with modern living with Power Portal. Then Dataverse for Teams, like you can build your Power Apps inside of Teams. Yes, it's very powerful too. So this is just a comparison. So moving on, so because I'll be touching PowerAutomate, so I'll just be doing an overview, not much. So PowerAutomate, like I said, is for automating repetitive tasks, and then beyond like simple workflows, you can do like a lot of powerful things with PowerAutomate. You can also connect to over 600 connectors. So the connectors you can leverage on Power Apps, you can also leverage with PowerAutomate. It's very powerful too also. And like I said, you don't need to be an IT expert to use PowerAutomate. It's a low or no code tool. You just need a few expressions. And one other thing I need to mention, is on this slide. Like I said, I've mentioned this for repetitive tasks. I've also mentioned that it can also guide users. For example, you have a business process and I want to guide users on how they use that, how they use the app. You can just use your PowerAutomate. Then you can connect to external data source. Then also RPA, robotic process automation. So you might have some applications or some tools that you use that doesn't have APIs, and you need to automate tasks on those things. Leveraging your PowerAutomate desktop, you can build a software robot that can assist and move your business forward without, like I said, without coding, without much coding. So let's move on to our demo. So I'll be sharing. I'll be sharing my screen now, my browser now. So okay. So I'll be sharing my browser now. So we want to get started with our apps. So even if you're a beginner, you don't need to worry. I'm sure this is for you. And if you're an expert, you can just pick one or two things from my section. So to get started, you can just put make.powerapp.com. But for me, if I want to start, I do office.com, which is very easy. So that way I don't need to start cramming all of the websites. I'm not a good crammer. So that's office.com. Sorry, I think I misspelled that. Okay. So what this means is that you definitely need an account, a Microsoft account, to get started. So you can easily build that. That's very easy. If you have you might have an organization account already. If you have, that's good. But if you don't have, it's not hard. You can just easily build. You can get a trial account. You can get a developer account for free. It's very easy. So just type Microsoft developer account. So it will just take you there to just Microsoft developer account. Okay, so this is it. Microsoft developer account. This is it. So just click on it and follow the steps. It's very easy to do and to go. So moving on, so office.com, I'm here. So I click on this, all apps. So it shows me all app privileges too. So we'll be working on Power Apps. Like I said, you can just easily type make.poweraapps.com and this will pop out. So I love going through this method. I don't know why. It's just one of my things. Okay, so now we are in the Power Apps section. Now, obviously, we know that before building your app, you can't just start, jumping on an app to build. It doesn't work that way. That's not right. That's not how things work. You definitely need a data source. Your data have to be coming from somewhere. So if you're in an organization or in a company, or you have a business, you definitely have a data source, either coming from Excel, from SQL, or from SharePoint. So, like, I'm trying to do a demo. So, like I said, I'll be going to SharePoint, and that's one good thing about opening my office.com. I can just go back and click on any tool I want to use without having to cram the website. So I'll be going to SharePoint.com. So this is just my environment. So just go to SharePoint.com. So like I said, once you have a developer account, you can just move on and easily you can just move on and easily navigate through all of this, and you can check them out. Okay, so I'm moving to SharePoint. So I created this basically for this event, so don't mind me. So I'll be opening that on my SharePoint site. I'll be building my SharePoint. Okay, so this is loaded. Okay. So I want to build my data source. I'll be using my SharePoint list. So why I'm using this is very easy to use. SQL require like more of an expert, like someone that has that knows how to write SQL or SQL queries. But like I said, my section is for those that that want to come into this tool, and also if you're in the tool, you can learn one or two from this, and also how to get started and how to build, even if you have no IT expert skills. So I'll be going to new. I can build I can build a list from here. I can build a document library, a page, a space. So I'll be going to a list. And one thing about SharePoint is that it's also very powerful. You can leverage templates. So you have issue tracker. If you want to identify or track an item, an issue, or a procedure, you can use this issue tracker. You want to onboard employees, more like HRO, you can use all of these. So you have asset management. So you have tools I can use. So let me just click on to show you how it looks like. So it shows you a demo of how the template is, so that you can see, okay, do I want to go with this? No, I don't want to go with this. I want to go with this. So it shows you a demo of how it is. So it shows you a demo of this how it is before you build. So for our case scenario, we'll be building from scratch. So that you can understand how this works. So I'll be going back. So you can use any template. You can just click use. Once you click on it, just click use template, and you can use it. But like I said, in our case, we'll be building a blank. So we just want to build a leave request. So let me name it (2022). Sorry. Leave request app. So it's just, so you can put a description. So simple leave request app. So I don't want to waste time on this. Okay. So I'll click on create, and with that I have my database created, which is like you see. I have my database created, so I can move on to just add my columns. So if I want to build a leave request, like I said, so we have some data that are being asked for. Obviously, the HR want to know when they want to go on leave, when will your leave end, which type of leave. So I'll be building all of that. So it's very simple and very easy to use. Just click on add column. So I want to add a date and time column, because that's from the dates. So this is from date. You can put a description, date and time. So it's a date and time column. So we don't have a date only, we have date and time, but I don't want to include the time, so I remove it from here. Then I can save this. Then once I do that, you see immediately. Another way of adding, you can do this method, is very easy. Another way of adding, so that you can understand how things go. Like I said, I'm just showing the fundamentals of all of these tools. So we can go to our list settings. Sorry, I should have described what I was doing. Okay, so from here, you click on these settings here, you go to your list settings. So that's the settings behind this. So, and I'll tell you why we are doing that. So we come to our list settings here, and then on our list settings, you can see all of this. You might not need to worry yourself about this for now. Later on, you might need. So this is just managing the permission and the settings of your application. So normally, there are some data that your admin can see and your normal employers can see. So this is where the manager of that permission. So I will just go on and quickly create all of the other columns I need. So my two dates, which is my date and time also. Sorry, my date and time. So once I'm done, all of these have been checked. So it's just, you can just go through it. Like I said, very easy to read. Do I need to be required? Do I just date only? I want it in standard form. I don't want it in friendly form. So just like I said, it's very easy to use. So just click OK. So I'll quickly do that for the other ones. So it's just very, very simple and easy to use. So after that, my leave type. So my leave type, let me just paste this. So my leave type. Then my leave type is choice, because I have some predefined data I want to put there. So, and like I said, very easy to use. So from you can see, just type in each of your choice separated by like each paragraph. So what I'll just come here, so I won't waste time. I'll just paste what I have here, and I'll separate that. So like I said, very easy to use. So I want annual leave, also maternity leave, then sick leave. And sick leave. Okay, so and I want it to be a drop down. So I'll show you what a drop down looks like later on when we go to the front of our app. Then I don't want it to have a default value. No, I don't want to have a default value. Then I will show you how that works also. So okay. So also another column I would like to create is my status. So like I said, we're going to do an approval. So I'll create a status. So it's going to be choice. So it's going to be approval. So just the same way we created that previous one, the same way, just exactly the same thing. Then you see the difference now. So I wouldn't waste time. I would just paste that here also. So I'm just stating it that, oh, I want it to be pending. I want my choices to be pending, to be declined, or to be approved. So I've stated that. Then for this, I want it, yeah, exactly. So I want it to have a default value of pending, and I will show you why. So like I said, the other one I don't want to have a default value, but this one I want to have a default value, and I'll show you why. So okay. Then after that, I want to just create a column for the department also. So in your company or in your business or in your organization, you will definitely have different departments, and you would want to share your app among all of those departments. So you want to take note of their departments. So this is also a choice. Okay, so a choice, and then yeah. So for this, I'll just be putting some HR department, finance, and IT. It's just a demo. So it doesn't have to be 3. I'm using 3 because I just I'm restricted by time, and we still have quite a number of things to cover within the short time. So that's why I'm using 3. So it can be more than 3, it doesn't matter. Then for this, I don't want a default value also. So, HR, okay. Then after that, I want to create a column for my manager so that my manager can come on and approve. And my manager is a people column I'll use for that. Reason being is a person, so I want it to go to his email. So it falls under people and group. So I want it like it's people only. So in your organization, you might have group, like a SharePoint group. And for SharePoint group, you can just come and use that. So okay. Then after that, okay, I think this should be the last one I'll be creating. Reason for leave. So you might just want to give a box where they can give like full details. So some of them might need to give like full details, and I want it to be so that they can explain. Okay, maybe you want them to explain. Okay, why do you need this leave? Why do you want us to give you this leave and all of that? So I want it to be a plain text. So always make sure you put a plain text here, except you want to use an hyperlink for something, but put a plain text here. It's very important. If you use an hyperlink, it's going to come out in HTML. Reason being, like I said, it's a tool that a pro developer can use and a normal business user can also use. So a pro developer might want to use an HTML to style the text. So you can style the text, but because of the complexity, I will just not, which I won't cover that part today. So that's, I think I've created all of this. I think I've created what I want. I think I have what I want. Okay, so I'll just come here. I can see my title, my form date, my due date, my leave type, and I have all of this. Okay, I want to edit this. So let me just go to my list settings. So I want to change my title to questioning, and I will show you how we are going to fill that without having to. I'm going to show you how we are going to fill that without having to write codes. Just a simple expression. So the question name, I think everything is checked. So okay. So I have that as the question name. I can go back. Okay. So for demo, I would just like to fill in some few data here so that I would know I'm going to style my work at the front end. So the form date, you see, it takes me directly to a date column, and I can put, okay, I want it to be from 19th to 19th. So I'm just filling this. This is not our front end. We go to PowerApps and design our front end. Annual leave. So if you remember, I said pending. So automatically, once you are creating a new data, by default, this comes to pending. So the reason for this is because I don't want the person to feel to work on this. I don't want the person to see this, and you see, as we move forward, you see how that is needed in our front end. So for the manager, I would use myself. So this is me. Then the reason for this, okay, so you can also add an attachment. So by default, it comes with an attachment. So you can add, like we have this a sick leave, you can put the doctor's attachment. But I won't be working on that today. So I just want to fill in another one. Okay, so let me name this Ben. Also, I don't know why the name came to my head. Okay, so Ben Charles is going for leave. Yeah. Okay, so I want this to be sick leave, like I said, by default. Then you understand right how this pending will work later. So let's assume he's in IT department, and let's say his manager is Ben Andrew. The reason for leave, down. Then we save that. Okay, so now we have all of this. Now, one thing that makes PowerApps so powerful is that you can easily build your app without having to do much. Just by clicking here, you can build your PowerApps. You can build the PowerApps. So you can create an app. You can create an app. You can also customize the form. So what's a form? A form is just like your normal Google form or Microsoft Forms. So you can customize your form. Maybe you don't like how this is. Obviously, this real estate is not fine. It's not attractive. So you might want to redesign this. So you can just go ahead and build a form for that. Then you can also leverage your PowerAutomate directly from here. But once you click on create forms, it carries you to your PowerAutomate field. Then for this, you can build a Power BI. So let me just show you how this works. So the Power Apps we want to build. We want to build an app on this. So we just click create an app. Then see app from 2022. Let me just put an underscore here. So just give it a name. And once you give it a name, automatically your app begins to come, and it comes with three screens. The gallery screen where you see all of the informations, an edit screen where you can edit, and a submit screen where you can and a detail screen where you can view your form, where you can view your details. So it's still just a minute. So automatically PowerApps does this for you. So without you having to, do any coding or go through any stress, you can obviously leverage that. So while this is loading, I can just briefly go through PowerAutomate if this comes up. So because we'll still be coming here, but we won't come here. So this is just a few of PowerAutomate, and like I said, it's for. So you just come to office.com, you see PowerAutomate, and like I said, it is for automating business process and repetitive processes, and it's very, very easy to use. And you can just come here and create. And there are different kind of flows you can create. You can create your automated flow that is automatically triggers an instant flow. It needs to click like a button, and you can also schedule a flow. This is where you put it at intervals, and a desktop flow. You can also leverage the desktop flow. That's your RPA. The business process flow. This is your flow for your database, and you also have templates. So this is just an overview, but we won't be talking much on PowerAutomate. So I think this should be done. Yes, and yeah, we have our app now. Like I said, we have the browse screen. So let me just demo this for you. So we have Charles. Once you click on this button, so these are the two data I created. So you have Charles and we have Oluwatobi. Once I click on this, it takes us to this. So this is the detail screen. So you see that it has navigated to the screen automatically. So PowerApps have done that work for you. Then after this, you can just, and you want to edit it, you can come here and you can also edit it. So this is 23 to 24. So let me say I want to take this. I want to take this to match. It doesn't want to take. I want to take this to match. So this is coming from March 1st to 9th of March. And you see all of the details are there. And I will click on that. It has submitted that for me. Then I will close this. So this is just how the app works, and you can navigate backwards. So I'll just close this, and when I go to my data source, so this is my data source here, and I refresh this, you will see that on the fly, it has updated 1st to 9th. Very, very easy to use. So quickly, I would like us to build this. So the app has done this for you, and like I said, you can also leverage that. But for us to understand how PowerApps work, I would like to build this app for you. So we'll be building this app quickly from scratch. So like you want to come to PowerApps, this is the front page for PowerApps. You can build your blank app from blank, which we'll be doing now. So like I said, there's Canvas app, there is modern driven, this is modern driven. For Porter, this Porter, so you can see the name, Canvas, modern driven, Porter. So I'll close this. Then once you come here, so you can see, you can learn also their learning tools. So Microsoft made this very, very easy. And these are apps I've built in the past. So I'll be demoing some. So we quickly go to our app and you can build from here. So you can click new app and click build from here, or from your home, you can click here and you build. So the reason I'm building is we'll get to understand how some of this functionality work. So it won't be that we just did a demo app and we don't understand how to build that from scratch, in case you want to build in other cases. So I'll just be giving this a name. Platform. Build. Okay, so I'll create the app. So sorry I skipped that. So if you notice that there was a why that is creating, I think I can just why that is creating. There was something I wanted to talk about. So I want you to really understand how PowerApps work and the in and out of PowerApps. So at that point, we wanted to create our app. So like I said, you can build. I think we came and build from here. So let me show you when you want to build from here. So let me close this. So you can come here, see the same thing. It's the same thing. So you come and you can build from here. So when you click on your Canvas app, So you're seeing a template and a phone. Like I said, your Power Apps can sit on your template and on your tablet rather, and on your phone. So for your tablet, it has this view. For your phone, it has this view. So now one thing is that you can make your app responsive. Making your app responsive means your app can sit on either of these two screens. But that's we won't be able to cover that in this section, as that will take much time. So this is just to show you that. So I went to templates. So now for the app we built from our data source, it's a mobile view. It's a mobile view. So now, like I said, our app comes already with this. So it comes in a so it comes in a template view, because I click template. If I've clicked a mobile, if I've clicked that mobile or that phone, it would have come in this view. It would have come in this view. And just to cite one more thing, you can also build directly from a data source. So we build directly from SharePoint using that link there on SharePoint. So you can come here, if you have your data on SQL, you can build directly from the SQL data. You can build directly from Excel database, and also from SharePoint. You can build that screen here. So like you can see here, it starts, it creates 3 screen app for you, which is what we've done here. Okay, so we won't be wasting time. So without wasting time, so first thing I like doing, we've named our app. So yeah, first thing is to save. Make sure you save. Now, the reason being, it's a cloud app, and once you come into the cloud, you've not saved it yet. So if something happens, internet goes off, my laptop goes off, and I come back, even if I've built everything, if I'm done, I won't be able to see my work. I'll lose that work. I'll lose that work rather. But now that I've saved, Power App automatically updates my form. It automatically saves every 2 minutes. So what that means is that even if I make an issue comes up my system, my work is automatically saved. So after saving that, so like I said, Power Apps automatically saved that, and that app has been published automatically. So we'll come here. I like using one of these themes. You can build your own design, but I like using dark themes. I don't know, it's just one of my themes. So I would rename this. So this is a screen. So like I said, I'm going to build this. So we'll rename this. So I'll just be doing a little tweaking, so it won't take time. So this is my screen. So this is the main screen. And you can attach different things. So I'm going to attach a media. So you can just come here. So if I click here, so this is the tree view where I'm building. I can add items here. This is my data. Then this is my okay, so this is where I can attach my image. So I just want to quickly bring in one image. So I have this. So once I just click on open, automatically, once I click on this, it comes to my app without wasting time, and I can stretch that, move it here. So going back, okay, so with that done, okay, so with that I've inserted an image. So next up, I want to bring in a button. So for best practice is you rename. So you rename it like where I rename my screen, but because of our time, I won't be renaming all of this. So this is just okay, button 1. So I can just come here and put this button here. So for my button, I can change the text name to login. Then where it does that function, so on this, okay. So I'll come back here and I will duplicate this slide, duplicate the screen. So once I duplicate, it makes a second image for me. Then I can come here and click on edit screen, where I can edit my form. So if I come back here, so I can come to this button now and navigate. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you how this works. So when I click on this button here, I'll just come here on select, and I'll just click on navigate. So once I click on navigate, you see it comes with this. Where does navigate to? What's your target? I want to navigate to this screen. That's the edit screen. So edit screen 1, comma, you can just end that. Then you can put a navigation, you can put a transition. So like in Power Apps and in PowerPoint, how your screen move to the next. So you can just do a screen transition. So once you click on this, you see it takes us to the next screen. So it has taken us to the next screen. So I'll just delete this and I will show you how to bring in the form. So just click on form, click on edit. So it's asking us what do you want to bring in. There's no data set here. So I'll just come to my property. I'll come here. I'll click on SharePoint. SharePoint. So once I click on SharePoint, it takes me and it shows me all of my data, my sites. So this is the site we navigated to. And the app we created here was GPP leave request app. Leave request app. And once I click on this, it brings out that data for me. So just a minute. Okay, so you can see our data is here now. So yeah, just okay. And you can zoom this. I don't want my attachment. I can delete this, and I want it just like this. So we see this is how you bring in your edit form, and a lot of the other things you can do. You can redesign this. So and so once I click on this, once I put on play mode and I click on login, it takes me to this page. And the reason I'm not saying that is because, sorry. So it's because when I log in, so when you put it on play mode, you can see this. So the reason I'm not saying this is because our data source is not seeing our data source. So your item here is not seeing your item. So our item here is, so I've not brought in my gallery. So I'll bring in my gallery now. So my insert, I'll bring in my gallery. It's here. Vertical. And I'll connect my gallery to that same data source. So this is my gallery. So I can just come here and delete this. Okay, so I can just come here and edit this. That's my gallery. My properties. So I just come to my gallery here. So I want it to just show my title, subtitle, and this. So once I click on that, it takes that real estate. And now I can now link this up. So let me bring. I can now link this. So, trying to work with time. I can now link this to my gallery. So my gallery now, if I click on this, when I click on my gallery, you can see the name. I'll just copy this. Then I'll come to this here. Then I'll come to my item here and I'll put it Ctrl V dot selected, and automatically you see. So now if I play this, you can see this. So that's why that is not showing. So without wasting time, this will still need, like I was trying to design, but because of our time, I'll still need more time to design this to look the way we want it to look. But I also want to leverage PowerAutomate. So this is how to build from scratch. So this is just to show you how to build from scratch. So going back to our previous app that we built with SharePoint. So you can see from here we've been able to build from scratch what we had here. We had the gallery, you can navigate to the screen and also edit it. So you can see from here, I can come, sorry. So you can also put an header. So that I would have done when working with time. So to put an header is just to insert a label. Then I can drag this down. Like I said, it's easy to use. It works just the way you want it. I can bring this button down and turn this to the submit button. Then I can also drag this down. Then I can come here and increase this, and I can give it a name. Okay, so I can give it a name form, and I can increase that. I can also, play with that. You can make it bold. I can make it 26, 36, and you see, and you can also decide that, oh, we want the field color to be green, and you see we have that. So because I also want to leverage our automate, I'll move back to our, so this is just to show you how you can build from scratch and how to play around. So these are the basic components that are used in this our app here. These are the basic components. So in your free time, you can also, with the knowledge I've shared, you can also always go back and see how this works. So now, without wasting time, one thing I want to cite here. Okay, so let me just, and you can also redesign this. So you can just put this and it automatically takes that. So you can see. So and there are different things you can do. But because I want to leverage our PowerAutomate. So for our PowerAutomate is a new feature. That's a new feature that comes from PowerApps. So it was just released sometime last year. So now when you come to your settings, so you just come here. So when you click here and you come to your settings, so you just come to upcoming features. So you come and scroll down. You see PowerAutomate pane. Just click on OK. Click on that, and you see this. It's not showing before. Let me go to my previous app. There is nothing like that here. So the same, it wasn't showing before. Now you can see this. Now when I click on this, you can create a new flow, or you can add an existing flow. So I can click on create new flow. So we can create a new flow, and there are templates you can use. There are templates you can use to do this, and we can leverage on existing flows. So you can also add flows. So these are existing flows that exist originally. So I would have loved to build this from scratch, but I have less than 7 minutes. But I'll show you. I'll just give you a walkthrough. And also, the application is also on my GitHub, so you can always check that out. So you can also download it and check it out, what I've done there. So so like I said, you can create a new flow. So to create a new flow, just click there, and you can see create a new flow, or you can use an existing flow. So these are flows that you've built before, or someone's built and the person shared it with you. You can also use them. So I'm leveraging this flow. So let's just edit the flow. Okay, so we see what the flow is doing. It's calling from PowerApps. So how this works is that once I click on PowerApps, automatically, once I click on PowerApps, it sends whatever I click to PowerApps. It gets the response from that button. Then I created a variable to collect that. So once you create that variable, I got the item from SharePoint because it has already submitted to SharePoint, and I can now start my approval and also send the response. So I'll be showing you how this works on an app I've built. Sorry, okay. So to use the app is very, very easy. So just click on play. So I'll be coming to where this point. So this is where. So why is it this point I'm putting that flow? That's PowerAutomate flow. So like I said, you don't have to leave the X states. It's inside PowerApps. So why I'm putting it here is because at this point, your form here is submitted to SharePoint. So it's at this point that all of these details go to SharePoint, and automatically once I go to SharePoint, you can see that I saw my response. So it is here I could see my response from SharePoint. So at this point, when it's going to SharePoint, I can just, let me just increase this real estate and show you how it works. So I right click. Once I click on enter and I click on demo, you see this is the flow. And now inside the flow, I showed you that it's asking for my ID. So I can just go to this edit form 1 dot the last submit dot the ID, and with that I can use the flow. I can use that flow. So you can see how that you can see how that works. So I'll just be doing a demo. So the reason I can't use this flow here is because my SharePoint list is looking into another table. So if I click on edit, my SharePoint list is looking into another table. So you can see from here, my SharePoint is going to my list request database. Meanwhile, our database is this. So that's why I can't use that. So you can always create a new flow. Using that same format. So it's just a template. All you need to do is just put in all of the details. So with that, you can say that our app is good to go. Okay, so you can see our app is good to go. So now I will quickly demo. So like I said, that's why we can use this. Okay. So with this, you can always create a new flow.
Hi, sorry to interrupt you. You have another 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Sessions to complete, okay?
Okay, sir. So I'm just demoing the app, so you see that it's actually working. And okay, so the reason I didn't show this is because I didn't want this to be here. So I'll just delete this and I'll play this. So he doesn't see it here. Then finance, then my manager is Oluwatobi, that's me. Then just put break. Okay, so once I click on this, so you see how this automatically creates this. And when I go to my SharePoint list and I refresh, you see automatically this is here. So let me just quickly demo an app for 2 minutes. So I'll drag you the remaining 2 minutes to demo an app I built, and just to show how what you can do with Power Platform or Power Apps. So let me just quickly demo a leave app. So I'm going to my environment to demo that. Okay. So this is one I built. So why you have this is because you can log in as a manager or as a user. So I'll be logging as a user. And this is Canvas app, just the same way I created that form. The only thing is that I've done more work here. So once I click on this, you see all of the requests. And this is just very easy without much code. Once I click on approve, it shows me all the approved ones, all the pending ones, and all the declined. So, and I can come here and I can just easily, I want a vacation, I just need a break, IT, and I've done date validation, meaning if I pick a date that is wrong, it tells me that, hey, no, you can't pick a date that's wrong. So I've done date validation here, and you can see how this is disabled. So I can click on this, and it automatically calculates the date for me, which is very, very easy to do. Guys, I'm sorry I could not really demo some of those here. So I submit that. So now, what I submitted, you can see it's vacation and it's pending approval. Now I will go to my home and log in as a manager. So now in this app here, I think I have about a minute. I can't click this. Have you noticed when I click on here, I can't see my status. I can't edit my status. So, but once I come here and I go to the manager can edit this. You see, manager click on this. I can edit it, and manager can approve or decline. And another thing is it's embedded together with my mail. So I should have opened that from scratch. So once I click that using PowerAutomate, it has gone to my mail to send me a notification where I can approve.
Sorry, Yusuf. I we are all almost on time, so probably
Okay,
we'll
thank you very much. So that's it about Power Apps. Like I said, as long as you can visualize anything, you can build the Power Apps,
Mhm.
and Power Apps is a tool for you. Thank you very much.